I wanted to begin my comments by sharing some information regarding Paul Wiebe, our firefighter who suffered a heart attack yesterday at the fire in West Wichita. I just left St. Francis Hospital, and Paul is alert, awake, happy, smiling, and very, very grateful that he's still with us. His wife Debbie was there as well, and they both wanted me to again extend their thanks for the many well wishes that they've received over the course of the past couple days. In addition to that, I thought I would comment just briefly about fires that have occurred over the New Year's Eve holiday and New Year's Day. There were 6 fires. Most of those involved garages or buildings that were not attached to homes. Our fire investigators have done a great job at identifying probable cause, but they're still in the process of investigating these fires. The first fire I'll mention specifically occurred on New Year's Eve in the 2900 block of South Bond. That's in South Wichita at about 6:15 New Year's Eve. An attached garage caught fire. Probable cause was determined to be accidental and perhaps related to combustibles too close to a wood-burning stove. That fire resulted in a $20,000 loss, and there were no injuries. On that same date, at about 9 o'clock that night, in the 1400 block of South Kansas, again, there was a detached garage fire, accidental. Again, combustibles were too close to a flue pipe, resulting in an $11,000 loss and no injuries. Third fire on New Year's Eve occurred again in South Wichita at almost midnight in the 1200 block of Alturas. It was a house fire. The investigation there is ongoing. Occupant was not at home at the time of the fire, but it appears the fire originated in a bedroom, and that loss is $40,000. On New Year's Day, in the 3400 block of North Fairview, there was a vehicle fire that is likely going to be an arson. The loss there is at least $1,000, and that investigation continues. And then yesterday, at almost 10 o'clock in the morning, there was a house fire that resulted in firefighter Wiebe's heart attack. That fire originated on the rear deck, likely related to hot ashes from a smoker, and resulted in a $150,000 loss. And then the final event was in the 900 block of South Broadway, again, a detached garage, accidental in nature related to fireworks. That sums up our recent fire events and firefighter Wiebe's condition, but I would caution the community as Alan King did. The weather's coming, and you all know that we will likely be involved in any vehicular accidents, and that weather can be particularly difficult for us, and when traction is difficult and our people are operating out in traffic, we too would encourage everyone to please exercise an abundance of caution if you're out and about over the course of the next couple days. With that, I'll stand for any questions.
Those 6 fires, is that a large number over that period of time?
It's a little unusual, but what we did was focus on that 2-day period. Over the course of a week, our fire investigators are busy constantly. 6 over the course of this holiday is slightly unusual, but not terribly unusual.
Could you confirm for me Wiebe's spelling?
Wiebe, the last name Wiebe, Paul, and he is a 17-year member of our fire department.
How old is Paul?
Paul is 53.
Had he ever had any problems like this before?
Not to my knowledge.
And where was that fire again?
The fire where Wiebe was injured is at 11210 West Neville.
Any indication as to when he might get out of the hospital?
As I said, I just left there and the doctors had not been in, but Paul was in great spirits. He has his own room now, and I would suspect if his face is any indication, and seeing him smile like that was very good news, and I would suspect that he wouldn't be in the hospital much longer.
Did he talk at all? I mean, people were just talking about this, and everybody was really interested in his recovery and rooting for him. Does he know how much people care about what's going on with him?
He does, and interestingly, his wife was really heartened by the amount of community support, and she is one who's been following social media, and the number of well wishes and thinking of yous has really been impressive to her, and she's extremely grateful for that.
Are you satisfied with the policies and the training procedures that was taking place? I mean, once he realized something was wrong with him, he notified somebody and then action was taken?
Yeah, I think under the circumstances, it could not have gone any better for us. Time is extremely important when there's a heart-related emergency. Paul's incident occurred when there were a number of highly trained people who were able to get to him immediately. It's also important, too, for us in the fire department to recognize the contribution of the emergency medical service. There was a timely response. They were able to provide some intervention en route to the hospital. And so all of that combined creates what I believe at this point will be a very successful outcome.
Do you do sort of a post-mortem and say, find out things that work, things that didn't, or is there something that you can take into training and say, hey, we need to recognize that maybe physicals need to be put in place, or something to reassure the other, the firefighters that they're working with are in decent health?
We do, and we call that an after-action review, and the process of gathering information began immediately yesterday. So over the course of the next 48 to 72 hours, we'll continue to put together the facts and circumstances surrounding that incident. We'll reach out and touch every firefighter that was involved in the call, and then we'll identify what lessons we could have learned from what occurred.
And maybe implement some new training if need be?
If necessary, yeah. We're always willing to adjust the training. It's important for us to have everyone go home.
Did this happen after the fire was put under control, like after the fact, or?
Yeah, Paul's heart attack occurred after the fire was declared under control, but while still at the emergency scene.
And did he, I guess maybe complain of heart pain or arm pain, or how were other firefighters aware that, hey, something was going on? Did he alert?
Yeah, Paul notified a supervisor once he exited the structure that he was having chest pain.